Little motherfucker gonna try to rob me. Well, I'm gonna show you how we do it up here in Dayton. No, I wasn't trying to rob. Shut up! Why I bust a cap up in you? Now who sent you? No.
So what's up? We standing tall in your short stuff.
Yes.
Our lunch is the bullshit that you dressed up. Address us on scholarship, homie, knowing you're messed up. So fess up, you look for the best, knowing that that's us. So what's up? We standing tall in your short stuff.
Yes.
Our lunch is the bullshit that you dressed up. Address us on scholarship, homie, knowing you're messed up. So fess up, you look for the best, knowing that that's us. Sword clown, know that it's over like it's the fourth down. We the source now. Hear a big bang with tanks on ground. More than a scrimmage, yeah, we forcing the sin, yeah, we pushing no limit. Leave the fight with no blemish. You the hometown, but you not receiving no privilege. We gon' do you bad, rape, rob, and pillage. But we nothing like the white man. I can see that you a big fan. Every time we go live, I see you in the damn stands. Watching and plotting, I see that you stalking a bit.
Yes.
Laughing at people, they seeing you taking
Here's
a
the
bit.
definition of plagiarism. The practice of taking someone else's work and ideas and using them all as one's
Crazy
own.
ass nigga, we the source. Yeah, we cite source. Spitting hot flames more hotter than hot sauce. For real? Drummy ass nigga.
Yeah. All right, brothers and sisters. We back. We back. All right. And first and foremost, man, I want to give all praise and honor to Abanawa Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for another opportunity, man, to come on this wonderful Sabbath. So peace and Shabbat Shalom to the entire nation of Israel. So last night, for those that was tuning in, man, for those that was tuning in, we had a discussion with Black Jesus Minister concerning this challenge that he has put out concerning 8 Gentile kings. Last night, we dealt with 3 kings. We dealt with Cyrus, Abimelech, and Melchizedek. And I think we did an excellent job of disproving the nonsense concerning whether or not these heathen kings were righteous and followers of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? They were not. All right, so we have another proponent that we're going to be dealing with tonight because Black Jesus Minister have went on a campaign to act as if the Hebrew Israelites are the only ones that have come to the understanding or has a position concerning Job not being an Edomite. So what I've done is I've brought in a special guest tonight. I brought in a special guest that's not a One West Hebrew Israelite, did not come from our school of thought, right? But has went as far to write a book concerning Job not being an Edomite. And I thought it was important to actually bring him on, instead of me just reading excerpts from his book or stating some of the positions from the book. I've read the book and I hold to its positions. Now, me and Rabbi Lewis, we go back a few years and we don't agree on everything, you understand? But when it comes to this particular topic, I thought the brother did an outstanding job. I told him that with his position, with his scholarship, I thought he did. I thought the book represented a good scholastic work. So I want to introduce the brother and bring him on. We will be citing Black Jesus' actual words as if it's something wrong with the Hebrew Israelite community in our position. But again, I have a brother here who has and shares our position. All right. So without further ado, I want to bring in Rabbi Lewis. Peace and blessings, brother.
You to be loved in the Satan or Jim Bishop. My name is a lot of multiple, especially multiple. I bet what this is no God, but a lot of Muhammad. My name is Rabbi Lewis. What about me? My background is in parapsychology and personal economic studies. What an honor to be on.
Con. All praise and glory. All right, man. So I'm excited, man, for the brothers and sisters to get a hold of the information. Again, I'm going to be playing Black Jesus' assertions concerning how he came up to the conclusion that Job was an Edomite. We're going to be dealing and refuting those points and positions, right? So the fact of this particular argument is not necessarily whether or not Job was righteous. This argument from Black Jesus Minister is to basically make mockery of the fact that Job is an Edomite and he knows what the Bible has stated about Edom and what our position is concerning Edom, right? Which is the sworn enemy of the nation of Israel. So what he wants to do is he wants to make mockery of that position. Well, we're not going to let him do it, and we're not going to let him get away with it, right? So any opening statements concerning your book before I get into the clip with Black Jesus Minister Rabbi Lewis?
Certainly, Marshall. What a pleasure and honor to be on. Yeah, and I'm a publisher of 50 books. I dedicated some of my time to against this crusade. Job was not an Edomite. We're gonna look at that tonight.
That's right. That's right, and I'm excited to get a hold. I have actual book here in PDF form, so we're going to go and we're going to show you the sources firsthand, and I'd also encourage you all to go and support the brother and actually buy the book as a resource. So when you personally encounter someone making the claim that Job is an Edomite, you will have a resource already compiled at your fingertips, right? Thanks to Brother Rabbi Lewis, to be able to combat the nonsense, whether you're on social media or simply traveling abroad. All right. So I think it's an excellent tool because you're going to encounter this. All right. So let me go ahead and let's start with Black Jesus Minister position on Job being an Edomite. All right.
God King. Look at the second God King, y'all. Melchizedek. Melchizedek, was he an Israelite? No, Melchizedek was a Canaanite, brothers and sisters, a Canaanite. And this Melchizedek was the highest that Job is an Israelite. You're not going to find it. You're not going to find it, and none of you have ever seen it because it don't exist. But we're going to give you a chance to refute it, though. We're going to give somebody a chance to bring in information and to correct the bishop. Do y'all understand?
So let me make this clear. We, meaning me as a Hebrew Israelite, have never asserted that Job was an Israelite. I never made that claim. All right. One claim I did make is for damn sure he's not an Edomite. All right. And we're going to prove it.
How powerful this is. We're talking about God bragging before the entire earth and the entire host of heaven that Job is the most righteous man on the earth and he is not an Israelite. You mean to tell me that God is going to brag about a descendant of Esau, whom you all say God hates? Didn't they teach y'all? Didn't they brainwash y'all that God hates Esau? Well, then how in the world is God bragging on an Edomite? For those of you who didn't know, Esau became the king of Edom, the patriarch of Edom, which was his nation, all right, in his honor. So, and people who are descendants of Esau are called Edomites, all right? And they're not white people, y'all. See, that's the brain twister right there. The brain twister is that you all, while you're listening to me talk about Job, you all think that what Job is a white man because he can't be a white man because Edomites is white people. No, Edomites are not white people. And that's going to be my debate with Brother Elijah. He believes that hood boogery. He's been brainwashed too, but the bishop's going to deliver him and elevate him from that ignorance in our debate, brothers and sisters. No, and I asked my brother Elijah, how the hell are you going to be twin brothers with a black man? You know, Jacob and Esau were twins. How are you going to be twin brothers and one of y'all black and one of y'all white? That don't make no sense, bro. But we'll talk about that in our debate, brothers and sisters. So again, and if you believe that Edomites are still white people, well then to hell with your ignorance. God said right here in his Bible that Job was the most righteous man on the earth. And God had to love him to brag about him in heaven before all the heavenly host. God was concerned about him. God was proud of him. Likewise was God proud of Cyrus, the Persian king, the anointed right hand and shepherd of God over Israel. And did he love Melchizedek, the Canaanite king and the Canaanite high priest, of whom God utilized to teach Abraham the faith and to introduce him to his God, the God of the Canaanites, brothers and sisters. Here we got God so far loving and caring about who? Non-Israelites, brothers and sisters. Let's go to the next king. Let's go to the next God king, the next God Gentile king. Who do we have here in the list, y'all? The Philistine king Abimelech. The Philistine king Abimelech. Yes, the link is at the top of the room. The next that we have on the list is, we just got to talk about Abimelech, King Darius.
All right. So as you all can see, Black Jesus made these assertions, right? Black Jesus made these assertions concerning Job, right? So I'm not sure if he said anything more about him. I know he made mention of the Septuagint, and I'm going to allow Rabbi Lewis to deal with those points. But I want to show you first in the Bible how the Most High God feels about Esau. Now, I didn't write this book, meaning the Bible. All right? So don't get mad at me at what the Bible says. All right? But we're going to start in the New Testament, which you love. I love it also, but I love the entirety of the book. So here it says, verse 11, for the children being not yet born, having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her that the elder shall serve the younger. Who's the elder? Esau. Who's the younger? Jacob. Verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Did the Hebrew Israelites, in regards to modern times today, did we write this? No. This is in your Bible. All right. This is in your Bible. All right. I want to get another excerpt here quickly. One second here. Children. We're going to go to Psalms 137:19. What does it say here? We're going to go to the book of Psalms. We want to know how the Most High feels about Esau. It'll allow me to get it. Right? Here's another excerpt. Very short. It says what here? Verse 7, 137, Psalms 137:7. What do it say here? Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof. Raise it means burn it, down to the foundation. Burn it, down to the foundations thereof. Verse 8, O daughters of Babylon, who art thou to be destroyed? Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. This is how the Most High feels. And listen, of course, I go to Isaiah 63, and I'll go there next. This is just what the Lord is saying about Edom, who this guy is trying to claim is righteous. Unbelievable. But this is what the Lord said, right? Here's the book of Obadiah. It says here, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee. Who? Edom. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Whose habitation is high? Who dwells in the clefts of the rocks? Last time I checked, there was a group of people that called themselves Caucasian. Why? That's from the Caucasus Mountains. Thou that though thou exhort thyself as the eagle, who exhorts himself as the eagle? When they landed on the moon, they said what? The eagle has landed. Though thou exhort thyself as the eagle, and though thou hast set thy nest amongst the stars, will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If thieves came to rob, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How art the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border of the men of thy confederacy. Have brought thee even to the border to the men that were at peace with thee. Have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a womb under thee. Where is understanding? There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? Who? Edom. And understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau shall be what? Cut off by slaughter. Why? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. I would encourage you all to go read that in its totality. Let me get this last one. Isaiah 63. What does it say here? Who is it that cometh from where? Edom, with dyed garments from Bozrah. This is that he is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I spake in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garment like him that treadeth the wine fat? I have treaded in wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and tempt them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. That is in the Bible. Okay? So I don't understand Black Jesus making this assertion bold and proud and wrong. All right. So without further ado, man, we're going to go into some of these excerpts with Brother Rabbi Lewis. I turn over the floor to you, brother.
Certainly, Marshall. Certainly. Very eloquently said. Well put. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, you kind of low, brother.
Certainly. Testing.
Yeah, that's better.
Certainly. Well, yeah, I mean, certainly, let's dive in, right? Without putting the cart before the horse, so to speak. Everything we know about the Septuagint, right? Right? You with me?
Yes, sir.
Everything we know about the Septuagint, you know what it's predicated on?
What's that?
There's a letter called the letter of Aretius. You familiar with that?
Oretheus?
Huh?
You said Oretheus?
The letter of Aretius.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Right. So everything we know about the Septuagint is predicated on the letter of Aretius. You know, Josephus, Irenaeus, all the early writers are quoting the same letter. Make sense?
Yeah.
So more of the story, pricey in China. That letter has been proven to be a forged, spurious letter. That letter is a forged letter. So the Septuagint we have today is not the original Septuagint. That's from the. You ever heard of the Hexapla?
Yes.
You know who wrote the Hexapla, right?
Tell us, brother.
Origin. That was around the third, fourth century. So the original Septuagint was burnt in the Library of Alexandria, which was burnt down. You know.
Come on, bring it out, bro.
Yeah. I let my plane.
All right, so this particular quote concerning Edom in the Septuagint, how did that come about?
I'm apologize, you're breaking up a little bit. Say that again.
This quote concerning Job being an Edomite in the Septuagint, how did that come about?
Right. Yeah, certainly. That's from a later Septuagint. Septuagint. Hold on. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, this is just like, for example, the Moab. You're familiar with the Moabite stele, right?
Right.
You know, just a little like long story, like just to like, where's the through line, right? Rabbi, how's that relevant, right? If you read the Moabite stele, well, tell them about the Moabite stele. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so the Moabite stela is a stone that was found through archaeology in the so-called Middle East. And one of the reasons that it became popular is because it cited the house of Israel or the house of David in its writing. So it's an external biblical source legitimizing the house of David. And it's a widely respected and prestige find in archaeology.
Yes, certainly. If I could piggyback off that real quick.
Yeah.
Certainly. It says Chemos defeated Yahweh. Now, of course, Yahweh was the deity of Israel, correct? Me, we would agree, right? Yahweh, right?
Yeah.
And Chemos was the god of Moab. So why did I bring that up? There are historical inaccuracies in the Moabite stele, right? It says there was a king that defeated a king of Judah that it was vice versa. He actually defeated him. Make sense?
Yeah.
So the whole narrative is engendered around the land of Uz. You know, but there was two different lands of Uz, right? And if you read my book, you can elaborate on that, brother, for the people.
Yeah, Khan. So I'm actually going to pull it up here and I'm going to let you flow if that's okay with you.
Yes.
All right. So get it here.
Let's open up with Genesis chapter 10 real quick if we could. For Bible can shot, right?
You want Genesis 10 in the Bible?
Oh yeah, 22 through 23. I'm going to show there was two different lands of Uz.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's very important here. Hold on 1 second. All right. You want Genesis 10?
Certainly, 22 to 23 should suffice.
$21?
22 through 23.
Can you see it?
Certainly, if you could read that.
Yeah, it says the children of Shem, Elam and Ashur, Alphaxar and Lud and
Here we
Aram.
go. Here we go. Here's the headshot. Read that.
Verse 23, and the children of Aram, Uz
The children of
and
who? Aram
Hul.
was what?
Aram's son name was Uz.
Ooh, yeah, that's us.
Right.
Ooh. There was two us. Now the limitations. There was two different. There was the us in Mesopotamia, and there was the us in Edom. Make sense?
Yeah.
The people are not privy to that, big bro. That there was two different lands of us. But that's just opening salvo. We're gonna dive in.
Right. Do you want the limitation so we can show that there's a land of Oz in a different location? How you want to do it?
Oh yeah, the other one is the Lamentations. I believe chapter 4. But you gotta remember, you know who wrote Lamentations, right?
Yeah, I know who's credited for it.
Yeah, who was that?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah. That was written during the Babylonian exile.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. So okay, let's dive in. Right? Hello.
Yeah, Lamentations what? 4?
Yeah, I think it's 4. Yeah, chapter 4, I believe, 21 to 23. I think. Just as a primer, we can look at it.
All right. All right, you on 21 and 22?
Certainly, I believe it's yeah, but you're looking at it. Yeah, yeah, verse 21, brother.
All right. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughters of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cap or the cup, Salakia, also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunk it, and shall make thyself naked.
Okay, yeah. So let's dive in. Right, if you're ready.
Yes, sir.
Certainly. So, are we familiar with the Memlo as the early text?
Yeah, right.
If you could elaborate on that for the people, I know you read the book, so you could probably elaborate.
Um, you could take this one. Go ahead and elaborate for him, brother.
Certainly. So the Memlo as was a 17th century Tanakh commentary. Know what the Tanakh is, right? Correct.
Yes, sir. Tanakh, the
So
Genesis through Malachi.
yes. So first of all, the Septuagint, which you asked me earlier, not to move the goalposts, right? It's predicated because it said he came from Basra, right? You know Basra, which is
Right.
is in Edom, right? But guess what, brother? Guess what? You with me?
Yeah.
There was two Basras. There was another Basra in the land of Moab. Yeah. There was a Basra in Edom, and there was a Basra in Moab, in the land of the Moabites. Make sense?
Yeah.
So the Septuagint writers are pontificating. They're looking to say, okay, well, he came from his dad was who Joe's father was, right? In Genesis,
There's a couple of Jobs.
Jobab.
Um, yeah, he's a descendant of Edom,
Yeah,
according
what
to the
was his
King.
father's name?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Zerah. So let's play devil's advocate. So they say, well, look, he's the son of Zerah, who's an Edomite, right? Makes sense?
Yeah.
So he had to have been an Edomite because his father was in the lineage of Edom. Makes sense?
Right.
So where's the blunder, Rabbi? Well, if you read the Memloez, right, you know what it says?
What's that?
That Edom had a custom of putting foreign kings in their genealogy. So what they were doing in Genesis, they were putting kings from other nations into their genealogy. Make sense?
Right.
And that's in the Memloez. I'm not freestyling. This is in the Memloez, which is the early 7th
Hold
century
on.
writing.
I want to actually get this source so the people can see this, right?
Most certainly.
Let me get this pulled up right here, family. I want you all to see this because these are spider webs that we have to untangle in order for you to actually come to the understanding, right? All right, can you see this?
Certainly.
Where you want to start? This is page 3.
We can start on page 1, actually. That'd be awesome. What we're looking at is my book. You can find it on Amazon. Just type in Rabbi Lewis. It's one of my books on a Job and Edomite.
All right, this is chapter 1, origins of Esau. You want to start reading that?
Certainly.
You got to read it, Rabbi.
I'm sorry, you want me to read it? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. My apologies. You want me to read it? You're gonna read it. You want me to read it?
You read it, brother.
Okay, so this chapter is predicated on the Memloez, you know. Um, so like so there's something called the Book of Jasher, right? You guys may not be privy to Jasher, right?
Yeah. We read an excerpt out of there last night concerning Shem being Melchizedek.
Certainly. Yeah, certainly. So um yeah. Let's dive in. Okay. Well, let's go down a little bit.
All right.
Well, let's go down. Let's look at let's just like look at what the Jasher says about I think it's chapter 2 or chapter 3, brother. So what the Edomites did, right? Right? Hello?
Yeah.
They made a pact with themselves, right? And it's gonna sound like law, right? Like I'm making it up, right? Right, brother? Like they won't believe it if they didn't see it, right? You know what right? You with
Right.
me? What they made a pact saying when they took Mount Seir, right? Right?
Yeah.
When they took Mount Seir, you know where they took Mount Seir from, right? The Edomites, right?
Right.
Who they take? Do you know where they took it from?
Yeah, they took it from the Horites.
The Horites. So the Edomite, we're gonna look at this in Jasher. I'm not making this up. It's gonna sound like I made it up, right? So it says in Jasher, we're gonna look at it verbatim, right? Right, guys? That when they took Petra, you know what the pack was, right? Tell them what the pack was, brother.
All right, so this is the book of Jasher, chapter 10, verse 34. You want me to read it?
Yeah, let's dive right in. Yes.
All right, and the children of Aram also went and built themselves a city, and they called the name of the city Uz. All right, so this is evidence that there's more than one city of Uz, right?
Certainly. Now, if we scroll down, we're gonna prove that this is the Uz that Job came from, not the one in Edom. He came from the one in Aram. Go down. Um, go down a little bit. I think it's Jasher 66. Scroll down a little bit, brother. Yeah. Jasher 66 and 15. Read that. Headshot.
Jasher 66 and 15.
Headshot.
And an officer, one of the king's counselors, whose name was Job, from the Mediterranean, from Mesopotamia, in the land of Uz.
So he was from Uz in Mesopotamia, not Edom. Wow. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So if you read the Septuagint, people are going to go, look, he had Edomite friends, right? Right. He had to be an Edomite because his friends were Edomites, right? Huh?
Right.
So let's headshot that. Now scroll down. Take him to the part where Edom made the pact. You know what I'm talking about. I don't. You know what I'm talking. He knows what I'm talking about. You guys are gonna see it now. Let's see what the Edomite said.
All right. So I just wanted to highlight real quick Job chapter 1, verse 1 through 3. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. All right. So all it said in the book of Job was that he was from Uz. Now the question is, what Uz? Right?
Certainly.
All right. So I want to highlight this too. It says we see that the uprighteous Job is an Uzite of the stock of the children of Uz from Mesopotamia in the land of Uz. On the other hand, the righteous Job is of the men of the east. Very important that you all pay attention to that. men of the east, notice the brother has that highlighted, which are the children of Keturah by precept. All right. Book of Jasher, chapter 62, verse 15. And the children of Medan sent to all their brethren, the children of the east, and all their brethren, and all the children of Keturah came to assist Midian to fight with Moab.
Yeah, stop there, big bro. Right. So how's this pertinent? Right. Right. So it says Job was on the men of the east. Now we're gonna prove that the men of the east were not Edomites. We're gonna look at it in Jasher that these were two different groups of nations who came together.
Right.
So it's just a little lag on YouTube. So I'm just waiting for it. Go down.
All right.
It's a small lag.
Scrolling down here. This is Jasher 57.
Hold on, brother. Let me catch up on YouTube because it's like. Yeah, now we're gonna prove that the children of the east were not Edomites. Job was a man of the east, and they were not Edomites. All right, go ahead.
The children of the east are not Edomites by precept. Hence, Job could not have been an Edomite because there are two different nations, bloodlines. Let's look at the precepts. Jasher 57:33. And all of Medan and the children of the east betook themselves to fight from betook themselves to flight from the battle, and they left the children of Seir, right, and fled when they saw that the battle was severe upon them. And the children of Esau persuaded all the children of the east, pursued all the children of the east until they reached their land. Jasher 58:15, and the children of Esau sent unto all the children of the east, and they made peace with them all.
So that's relevant. It says the children of Esau. So there's two different nations sent to the children of the east and made peace with them, right? So the Edomites made a treaty with the children of the east, who Job came from. They were two different nations. Read on.
Right. And they made peace with them, with them, and all the children of the east came unto them to go with the children of Esau to Egypt to battle.
Yeah, so long story short, the children of the east and the children of Esau came together in a pact. You know, make sense?
Right.
Let's keep going.
The scripture makes a distinction between Esau and Keturah's children to understand they are not the same race, and Job is not of the children of Esau. Job was actually of Arab, which is the name of ascribed to the children of Keturah according to the scriptures. Jubilees chapter 20, verse 11 through 13. And he gave to Ishmael and to his sons of the sons of Keturah gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son. And Ishmael and his sons and the sons of Keturah, their sons, went together and dwelt from Param to the entrance into Babylon, and all the land which is toward the east, facing the desert. Jubilees 20 and 13. And these mingled with each other, and their names were called Arabs, right? Because that word means to mingle. And Ishmaelites.
Let's get down to brass tacks. Keep going down. Now we're going to show what the Edomite said. This is headshot. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to think you made this up.
Do you want the excerpt lean into it, or you just want me to go to Jasher 57?
You could be when it says one can. So let's debunk that.
All right, come. One can sustain that the fact that the children of the East, Keturah, are foreign from the blood and land of the children of Esau, by the fact that Esau's children swore not to set a king over them of their brethren or of their land. Hence, they chose a man of the children of the East named Jobab to rule over them, which subsequently, Salakius, which substantiates that the children of the East were not the same race as the children of Esau. Wow. So that's a bold claim. Let's prove it with scripture. And I quote Jasher chapter 57, verse 38 through 40. And it came to pass in those days that the children of Esau resolved to crown a king over them in the land of which they became possessed. And they said to each other, not so, for he shall not reign over us in our land, and we shall be under his counsel, and he shall fight our battles against our enemies. And they did so. And all the children of Esau swore, saying that none of their brethren should ever reign over them, but a strange man who is not of their brethren, for the souls of all the children of Esau was embittered ever, every man against his son, brother, and friend, on account of the evils they did.
That's headshot. That's all she wrote. But let's keep going.
Yeah, that's very important. So, brothers and sisters, basically, here in the book of Jasher is stating that they selected. Now, this is in contrast, vastly different from what the children of for the children of Israel said, that they would only have a king of their own, right? And Esau said the exact opposite. Thus, Jobab enters into the picture. Thus, he is counted in the king's list of Esau. And that's where the confusion comes in at. But we're here to clean it up because Black Jesus Minister don't know a damn thing about any of this history. All right. Sustained from their brethren when they fought with the children of Seir. Therefore, the sons of Esau swore, saying, from that day forward, they would not choose a king from their brethren, but one from a stranger land unto this day. Wow, so that's shot. But let's end it here, right? It says here, just some icing on the cake. Let's see if I want to go into that. All right, so it says, Jobab, the man of the children of Jobab, the man of the children of the east, from the land of Bozrah, Jasher 58, 25 through 26, and it reads, and all the people of the children of Esau and the children of the east returned in shame, each unto his city, for all the mighty men that were with them had fallen in battle. And when the children of Esau saw that their king had died in battle, they hastened and took a man from the people of the children of the east, his name was Jobab, the
Read that
son of
again,
Zerah.
Read that again.
A man from the people of the children of the east. His name was Jobab.
Ooh, so stop there. So the Edomites put a king over them who was from the children of the east. We just read that in Job 1 and 3. Job was a man of the east, right?
Right.
And the word man there in Hebrew, the word man is not even there in the text. We're gonna look at that later. So this is headshot. No way around this. Keep going.
The son of Zerah, from the land of Bozrah.
Right. Now here's the confusion, right, big bro? There was two Basras. There was a Basra in Edom, right? Right?
Uh-huh.
There was another one in Moab. He was from the Basra in Moab, the land of the Moabites. Keep going.
All right. And they caused him to reign over them instead of Bela, their king. Wow. So it's this point is just getting embarrassing. Right? But I will end the matter here. Jobab was from the land of Bozrah, while Job was from the land of Uz. Thus, they are not the same person. All right, so that's going to take us somewhere else. So we're going to come back to that in a moment. All right.
Yeah, the rest of that's irrelevant. Let's go down to something. I wanted to some other stuff here. Let's go down to keep going down. Well, but that's kind of relevant. Let's see. Okay, keep going down. Keep going down.
The Dukes.
Yeah, I want to look at that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, this is some evidence that the Romans were Edomites. You can read that. It's kind of off topic. So we can wrap it up on that there. I think that's crystal clear, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. So let's recap real quick, right?
please, yes, please do.
So I want to make it clear that all right, so I'm just checking the comments. All right, so the brother went out boldly to say that Job was an Edomite based upon these problems that we're finding with the excerpts. But the Edomites themselves, after taking Mount Seir in battle, felt that they were very bitter toward one another. So they decided to not have a king of their brethren reigning over them. So they're going to bring in an outside man, and that outside man was Jobab. All right. There's a concern of certain people making a discrepancy of whether or not Job was and Jobab are even the same person. Some people assert that Job is a older, and in his story he was alive before Esau was even born. Some brothers assert that, right? And others assert that Job is the same Jobab from the Esau lineage. But in the Esau lineage, Genesis chapter 36, we see that the king's list is under the lineage of Esau, but as we can tell, and as we have proven, we have shown you that these people were simply added as being recognized as foreign kings that ruled over Edom. We showed you that there were two two cities of Uz. Somebody says Uz rhymes with cuz. I guess maybe I was pronouncing it wrong. They're correcting me, right? I'm saying Uz or Uz. It's fine. So we proved that there's two Uz, two cities of Bozrah, and if we look at these things on the map, they're vastly separated from each other. All right. I actually tried to sit down with Black Jesus and share this information with him privately, but he mocked me and he found it very funny. So now I got to come out publicly and share the information since he's making a challenge concerning Job. Now, whether or not Job was righteous or not, according to the lineage, he was a Shemite, right? Some are asserting that he was of the lineage of Keturah, which is found in Genesis chapter 25, and Abraham's children with Keturah. Others are asserting that he is the product of the children of Shem. All right. Either way, he's 100% not an Edomite. So while he thought he brought this to us to show, to make mockery of us, that the Most High God would exhort an Edomite in his book. But come to find out, that's not the case at all. Any closing words, Rabbi?
Yeah, if I can add on to that briefly.
Huh?
If I can add on to that briefly.
Yeah. You got it.
Certainly. It was an honor and a pleasure. Yeah, if you look up the kings after Jobab, right? Like on Wikipedia, Wikipedia, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what it says about all the kings after Jobab?
What it say?
They were elected kings, not hereditary kings.
Yeah, I want to show that, man. Where can I find that at real quick? Let me show
Yeah,
that.
just go look up the king that came after Jobab. On Wikipedia, it'll tell you that they were elected kings, not hereditary, meaning they weren't physically related to the Edomites. They were elected kings, not hereditary.
Yeah, let me look that up real quick, man.
Yeah, let me get it to you real quick. I forgot what the king was after Jobab. It's in Genesis. You look at, you'll see it. That's headshot.
Yeah, that's an important point. All right, let me see here. See if I can share my screen. Is this what you want right here?
Yeah, that's Jobab ben Zerah. Now look at the king that was after him. Just click the link, it should pop up. Then we're going to see that these were elected. It's going to say they were not hereditarily related. They were elected monarchs. You're going to look at that.
Yeah, it says right here.
Yeah, now click the Wikipedia link, Jobab ben Zerah. You should be able to, scroll through. You'll see.
Oh, man, it ain't let me do it. But we can see right here, it says Jobab Zerah ben Zerah was a king of ancient Edom.
Oh, yeah, here we go. It says it right there, yeah.
Yeah, it says right here.
Uh-huh.
Was a king of ancient Edom, according to Genesis 36.
Here we go.
He was succeeded by Bela. He was succeeded by Bela ben
Here we go. It's headshot.
In the apparently elective kingship of the Edomites. Boom.
He was an
That's a
elected
body
king.
bag
Now we
right
can look
there,
up the
boy.
definition of that. He was not a hereditarily related. He was an elected monarch. He was not a hereditarily related.
The Edomite monarch, as suggested by the list of kings in Genesis 36:31 through 39, appears to have been elected rather than hereditary, with kings succeeding each other through a process other than direct lineage.
What? Oh my God. This is embarrassing now.
Yeah,
This
that's a
is
body
getting
bag.
bad. It's getting bad. You cut it to both eyes at this point. Like,
Right. Edomite successions were apparently not hereditary. Instead, it may have been elective. Yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
so Zerah, look, because that was Zerah. Yeah, yeah. Headshot.
yeah, man. So I'm definitely interested in, and I hope you brothers and sisters understand what's going on. Put a 7 in the chat if you understand that Jobab was not a Edomite. He was an elected king from the east. Put a 7 in the chat if you understand that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if you guys listen to the show. Maybe we could put the link in the chat. If somebody wants to come on and ask questions real quick. Should we close out? Is that something you'd be willing to do or not?
Yeah. If anybody want, I'm put the link in the chat. If anybody want to come and ask questions, you're more than welcome to come on. Putting the link in the chat. We got the 7s rolling. We got
the 7s rolling, brother.
Yeah. So, as we can see, brothers are trying to make a new argument, making Job a Edomite. Somebody said they thought that Job was an Israelite. Job was not an Israelite. If he is an Israelite, show me him in their lineage. Now, one of the reasons that they make that assertion is because I believe in the tribe of Gad, there's a Job that's mentioned in the tribe of Gad.
I think it was Issachar actually.
Oh yeah, Issachar. That's right. Throughout it, brother. Yeah, in Issachar, there is a Job mentioned, but this is not the same Job from the book of Job.
Correct. Yeah, correct. That's eloquent. And also, if I can add on to that,
yeah,
there was multiple Zerahs. He had Zerah from Edom. He had an Edomite Israelite named Zerah, a Midianite. So these were common names.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so,
there was 2 Peters, right? There's 2 Peters too, right?
Yeah, it's 2 Peters, multiple Jesuses, it's multiple Pauls, right. Multiple Sauls. Like, names are regurgitated in the Bible dealing with. So that's why it's imperative that we do our historical study. Anybody is more than welcome to come on here and prove that Job was an Israelite.
I would love to see that they can prove me wrong.
Yeah, I
welcome to smoke. Anybody wants to call to try to prove Rabbi Lewis wrong.
Right. So yeah, man. I mean, other than that, let me ask another question to the chat. Put a 12 in the chat if you understand that there are 2 Uzes in the Bible. Put a 12 in the chat if you put 2 Uz, I say Uz again, 2 Uz in the Bible. There are 2 cities, 2 different cities of Uz or Uz in the Bible. Got a 12. I think they're getting it, Rabbi. I think they're getting it. So yeah, man, tell the brothers and sisters where they can get this book, man, so they can be prepared for this discussion if they ever encounter it, man.
Yeah, feel free to copy and paste my research. No issue. Go to Amazon.com and just type in Rabbi Lewis. I run over 50 books. Most of my books are on religious topics, but I have books on finance too. You know. Yep.
All right. So someone says, Job 30 and 30, can you explain this? Are you talking about my skin was black upon me? I am not asserting by any shape of the imagination that Job was not black. I believe he was black. I'm here to say that he was not, absolutely not, an Edomite. That's our position. That's what we are asserting. So whether or not Job was a man of color, I'm saying Job, yes, was black. All right. So I hope that makes sense. All right. So again, two types of us, two cities, two different cities, two cities of Bozrah, right? The electoral vote for kingship in Edom. They was already dealing with them, what they call it, democracy. They was already dealing with democracy, Rabbi Lewis.
That's right.
Right? Right. So Wells agrees. All right, all praise and glory. Yeah, so I'm going to make that clear. I'm not asserting that Job was a white man. I don't believe that. This is Black Jesus Minister is saying that Job is not saying necessarily that Job is a white man because he doesn't believe Edom is white. I do. Right? So
yeah, certainly. Yeah. So I can say one thing that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the word Esau comes from Ishasha in Hebrew, which means wasted away. It's like there was referring to his pigmentation. He had pale skin, right? You know what's funny, Brick Bro?
Yeah.
My mom and my sister just came back from Uganda, right, in Africa, right?
Yeah.
Do you notice they have an epidemic of albinoism? Like you got jet black people giving birth to white babies.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, it's an epidemic there. Like like they're ostracized, right? So it's not far fetched for a black couple, dark skinned couple to have a white child. It happens all the time in Uganda, man. You know, just to add
Right.
on.
That's an excellent point because Black Jesus Minister said, how can he be white and Jacob is black if they had the same parents? Little goofy boy, that happens all the time.
That's terrible, brother.
Right. And what me and my brothers teach is that the admixture with the Horites is what really altered them. Right. So again, that's another lesson for another day. But I wanted to make sure that we came on here and dealt with this topic properly and gave it its proper attention because Black Jesus is making this assertion. And I wanted to
Yeah, Black Jesus, after you watch this, read it and weep. Like, just start crying in the car, right? But seriously, if you want to talk to me about this, we could do it with this. You know, maybe I can set it up.
Yeah.
If he's want to have a dialogue after he watches this on the topic and try to debunk me.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, so Black Jesus, if you're watching, all right, I know I sent you the link. So if you're watching Black Jesus, Rabbi Lewis want all the smoke. All right. Yeah, somebody says like the movie 10,000 BC, the albinos men in captivity, right? Right. So, skin color, pigmentation, these variations cause certain reactions from the populace, right? So, Rabbi, man, thank you for your time, brother.
Likewise.
Y'all go support the brother, man. A lot of great work the brother's been doing over the years. And we're gonna bring Rabbi back. We're gonna be talking about more topics, man. So y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Job, is Job an Edomite? Unequivocally, the answer is no.
That's right.
Right.
Round of applause. Yes,
All right.
thank you. It was an honor to be on, brother. As always, good to see you again. You know, good to see you guys doing your thing.
All right. Somebody tried to get a last little statement in before we get out of here. They says,
okay,
I do think Edom is albino in Genesis. It says Esau was hairy all over. He was hairy, so we can know whom he is and who he is and look like. So Arabs are hairy, white men is hairy too. Yeah, man. Well, listen, the whole idea of Arab, right? A lot of people are looking for those people in the Middle East today. You're looking at them the way they look today. These are not the original inhabitants of the so-called Middle East, right? Which is the Arabia, right? So the people of Arabia are not the original inhabitants. They have various tribal lineages contained within Arabia, right? You have the south, which was predominantly Ishmael, and upward you had the Moabites and the Ishmaelites. You had the Moabites and you had the people in that region. So then, as you go further on the other side, you have in the land of what they're calling Iraq today, is where ancient Babylon, which is ancient Sumer, which is the southern part of Mesopotamia, moving upward on the east side of the of so-called Arabia, right? So the people that you're seeing today, no different than the Egyptians you see today, these people are the children of the Bulgars. They're Ottoman Turks.
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I was about to say that. Yep.
Yeah, so these people are Ottoman Turks, the ones that you see majority. And notice that what brothers and sisters need to understand is that when you're watching the news, it is nothing more than white supremacy. So they take you to those areas in Russia, take you to those areas in Iraq, take you to those areas in Egypt that is predominantly fair-skinned people. They do that on purpose. Now, if you actually go there to those areas, you'll find out that there are a lot more melanated people than they want to portray on the American news waves. That's very important that you understand that.
If I can say
You
two
are
things
being
to that, can you
manipulated
close
by
out?
the news. Say it again, brother.
If I can add on to that real quick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was eloquent. As the big bro said, they're Ottoman Turks. You know, defeated the West Roman Empire, right?
Right.
The Ottoman Turks defeated the West Roman Empire. The Egyptians you see today are Turks.
1,000%. Right.
Yeah.
Especially those that are in rulership and in power. Right.
Right. You know, I forgot to say it. Last thing I was going to say, my apologies. One of my buddies, he went to the Levant, right? He went to Jerusalem years ago. He was like, the people there are jet black. Like, I mean, like black, like blue black, you know?
Right. One of the brothers said here, yeah, you see them, man. Says the Turks, the Iranians, and the Ish are all similar. Yeah, that's right. Not Arabians, not Shemites. That's right. Right? Because these are people of color. I'm arguing with a brother every day about him trying to argue with me about the way people look today. The way people look today are not an exact representation of what the people look like in antiquity. You have to understand that. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of wars, a lot of fightings, a lot of taking over of other people's lands and property. All right. So I just want to put that out there, man. So, all right, Rabbi, I ain't going to hold you up, man. Thank you all for chiming in and building with us, man. We'll be back to deal with more of these kings very soon. Peace and blessings.
All right, guys.
Little mother gonna try to rob me. Well, I'm gonna show you how we do it up here in Benton. No, I wasn't trying to rob you. Shut up! Or I bust a cap up in you. Now who sent you? No.
So what's up? We standing tall in your short stuff.
Yes.
Our lunch is the bullshit that you dressed up. Address us on scholarship, homie, knowing you're messed up. So fessed up, you look for the best, knowing that that's us. So what's up? We standing tall in your short stuff.
Yes.
Our lunch is the bullshit that you dressed up. Address us on scholarship, homie, knowing you're messed up. So fessed up, you look for the best, knowing that that's us. Sword clown, know that it's over like it's the fourth down. We the source now. Hear a big bang with tanks on ground. More than the scrimmage, yeah, we forcing the sinning, yeah, we pushing no limit. Leave the fight with no blemish. You the hometown, but you not receiving no privilege. We gon' do you bad, rape, rob, and pillage. But we nothing like the white man. I can see that you a big fan. Every time we go live, I see you in the damn stands. Watching and plotting, I see that you stalking a bit.
Yes.
Laughing at people, they seeing you taking
Here's
a
the
bit.
definition of plagiarism. The practice of taking someone else's work and ideas and accepting all
Crazy
responsibility.
ass nigga, we the source. Yeah, we cite source. Spitting hot flames more hotter than hot sauce. Germy ass